Hey y'all, it's Chris Rigoli, your Atlanta realtor with Rigoli Realty. And today I'm sharing the real estate stats or sales data from the greater Atlanta area for the month of September 2022. So going forward, I'll be putting out a monthly video with this information so that we can see what's truly happening in the real estate market, especially now there is so much sort of sensationalized clickbait type information and articles out there about the real estate market and the shift that we're currently in. And a lot of it is like the sky is falling and home prices are plummeting and it's very scary, right? So, I think it's important to look at the actual numbers, especially, look at not what's happening nationally, but what's happening in our neck of the woods here in the greater Atlanta area. And then we can always get certainly more hyper local as well and look at what's happening in your neck of the woods. So all that being said, we're going to dive into September here and take a look at what is currently happening in our real estate market. And I mentioned the greater Atlanta area. So the greater Atlanta area consists of these counties here: Cherokee, Clayton, Cobb, DeKalb, Douglas, Fayette, Forsyth, Fulton, Gwinnett, Paulding, and Rockdale. So that's a pretty large area, but I like to have a large sort of big picture snapshot of what's happening in our general region first. And again, with this tool here that I have access to, we can really get hyper local and look at other areas as well if you have specific questions. But anyway, let's dive right in. For September, here's where we ended up. So I like to look at the average sales price. So in the Atlanta area in September, average sale price is at $479,000. That's still up 12% over September of last year. We did hit a peak here in June of $520,000 at the sort of peak of this extreme market that we have been experiencing, especially this year in spring of this year. But prices have started to decline a bit. Now, there's always peaks and valleys here, right? So this is not anything to be majorly concerned about. If we go back and look pre-COVID, the average sale price in 2019, we're in the 300,000s. So we're at 479 now, not too bad. I like to look at the new listings as well to kind of keep track of, new home inventory. So right now for September, there were 72 or 7,291 new listings last month. As you can see, this really speaks to the seasonality of the real estate market when it comes to people listing their homes for sale. It usually starts out very low or slow here at the beginning of the year. Here's December 2019, and we see going into January, early 2022, here's a peak here. Now, of course, this is a COVID year, so things are a little wonky here, but let's look at 2021. Again, we see starting at the beginning of the year, new listings start to increase. We hit a peak here around spring, summer, and then they decline coming into December again. So we hit a peak this June in 2022 at 10,294 new listings. Interesting, though, to note that it was still under the peak in 2019. So here we are, 7,291 new listings for September. That is down 10%. So, there are less new listings on the market this September than last year. Homes for sale, number of homes for sale is also an interesting piece of data to look at. We currently have 12,922 homes for sale. That is up 40% over last year, interestingly enough. Pendings. Now, this is one that I like to watch very carefully to kind of keep track of, sort of buyer sentiment. This is a pretty large decrease here. So in August, we were at 5,700 homes pending. Now we're at 3,980 or 4,000, just under 4,000 new homes pending. That's down 40%. That is a pretty drastic decrease. So what that is saying is that the number of homes that are pending or under contract is down 40%. So new listings are down and pendings are down. So that is what I think people are experiencing when we hear the market is slow or it's slowing down or what have you, or it's going down. That's what people are seeing, is that there's just not as many homes for sale, and a lot of those are sitting on the market and they're not going pending. And so homeowners are looking at that thinking, what's happening? right? And I think that just goes, probably speaks to, what's happening with interest rates right now. We've seen a spike into the 6 and 7% range with interest rates. And I think a lot of buyers are, the past month or two have, kind of taken pause again to see what's going to happen, to reassess their finances, and just, kind of wait and see what the future is going to hold as far as interest rates are concerned. So I think that is impacting this pretty sharp decrease in the number of pending transactions from last month to this month at 3980. I like to also look at days on market. So the average days on market. So this is the number of days from the time the home is listed for sale until the seller receives an offer and accepts it and the house goes under contract or pending. So the average days on market right now is 24 days. It's really not that bad. Now that is up 26% over last year. But last September, we were at 19 days, average days on market. Now it's 24, 5 more days. Not a huge increase, honestly. So I think people are starting to feel like homes are taking so much longer to sell. They're taking a little bit longer. But at the end of the day, at 24 days, it's not that bad. Looking back again at the pre-COVID market, when we were back in a more normal market that wasn't being influenced by a global pandemic and then a response to a global pandemic, in September of 2019, average days on market was 44 days. We're at 24. That's still a good bit lower. It is trending up, but even at the peak of the spring and summer market, the average was at 15 days on market, to receive an offer. We're at 24. That's not a huge increase at this point. That is encouraging. I also like to look at percent of list price. So what this is, this measures the final sale price of the home as compared to the original list price. So the original list price, also referred to as the asking price, is how much the seller lists the home for sale. We can see that in September here, homes were selling at 99% of that list price. Okay, so 1% under. Again, not too shabby. At the peak of the market, again, this past spring, we were at an average of about 3%, 3.3, 3.4% above asking as an average. Now we're at 99%. Again, not too bad here. Looking back to September of 2019, or actually pretty much the entire year of 2019, the average ratio here was about 98%. Home selling for about 98% of the list price. We're at 99% now. It's not anything to be panicking about. That's really it, guys. So, there's some other great information here as well, but those are the numbers that I like to really track to see what's truly going on in the market, so that I can best advise my clients whether buying or selling a home. If you have any specific questions about your neighborhood, your zip code, or an area that you might be interested in, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. Happy to look into that for you and generate a report that might be helpful for you. Okay, so enough nerd talk. I love this stuff. I love sharing it with people. I hope that you found it enjoyable. I'll try to keep it shorter next time. And until we meet again, have a great October. And I'll see you guys again in November for the October numbers to see where we're at. Okay, bye. Have a good one.